Hello! Hey, how are you? What's up? Well, I mean, it's ducking it, but we'll turn the music down even more. Or maybe off. Maybe we'll just turn it off. Hello, how are you doing? It's good to see you all. We're back for more game prep stuff, getting ready for Saturday. So first off, hey Dan, hey Josh, and hey Belmorte. It's good to see all of you. Hope you're doing well. Let's do this. Because we're inside the mine. So, for those that either watched last week's game prep or watched the stream last week, wow, I really need to update my hotbar. You will know that the players made their way into the Briganock Mine, which is shocker, a large mine. This place. They made their way into this place. Let's do this one instead because it's got some music. Otherwise, it's just kind of weird. Oh, and of course it's exclusively creepy music, but whatever. Whatever, we'll take it. So they are about to explore the Briganock Mine, which is kind of an interesting little place. They're full of these fun little creatures called Briganocks. They're basically kobolds from World of Warcraft. Which is very different to kobolds from Dungeons and Dragons. So, but basically, the way this plays out is the party gets requested by a different group of fun creatures, the Korrid, which are like that, to go and take care of the Briganock Mine because they think that the Briganocks are working with the hag of the area, which is Endlin Moongrave. Fun fact, though, that they're about to find out is that when they get to the Briganock Mine is going to tell them to deal with the Korrid, who they think are working with Endlin Moongrave. So it's kind of this little back and forth of who's telling the truth, who's lying, which one is actually working with the bad guy. And fun fact, neither of them. They're both just confused. So, and then one thing that's, I don't know what that light was that just turned off. I think one thing that's really, really cool about them is the Briganocks are all about wishes. And early on in the story, I had all of my players give me a wish. I also went and picked up this DM's supplement for this chapter on the DM's Guild that I'm going to be using and adapting to Fantasy Ground stuff. So I'll make an item for all three of these wish stones. I don't think any of the other magic items really matter, but the wish stones we'll need, and then we've got some maps that we're gonna pretty up. Yes, so they come across an armored figure, which they already did. In fact, it was kind of a fun encounter where most of the party fell unconscious and were tied up, except for one. So it makes it, it's going to make the next stream very fun with it. Yep, creeping Lynn, kidnapped, yes, okay. All right, but they have to cross the chasm, which is this map that we're going to work on here in a minute. After conferring with Trig, Molliver says that if the characters complete a task set before them, the Briganax will show them a secret route to Motherhorn, which is Creeping Lynn's castle. To pass the test, the characters must cross Riven's Watch Chasm, a gash in the earth into which the Briganax hurl malignant wish stones, the ones born out of evil wishes. Molliver and their Briganax companions lead the characters through several tunnels that lead them to the chasm, but stop before entering it. All right, was that important? No. Okay. The chasm is haunted by 3 flame skulls. Flame skulls are fun. We kind of looked over them. Their stat blocks last time. They're not the hardest to run. They've just got a good handful of spells. And like I said, we're gonna be fireballing some party members. Hello, Evo. How are you? The Flame Souls speak Elvish and Sylvan. They have names. Attack. Okay, they just attack. Interesting. Why is there no chance? There should be a chance of being knocked off. And they have to talk to another fun little character, this little tiny guy on the back of a horse. Also, I didn't realize that the Briganax are like miniatures. I thought they were like, you know, like a kobold sized. They're not. All right. Obud is old and tired. All right. He welcomes them to his grotto, introduces them to Keg, which is the horse. Okay. All right, and that gives them the secret tunnel. I guess we do have, we already do have items for the wish stone, so let's just update those. Okay, yeah. And then facilitated truths. Maybe. I'm getting the feeling that my party will not care to facilitate a truth. Truce. Although I can't actually find that. Check the reference manual. On features of Yon, arrival in Yon. Is it in locations in Yon? Oh, there it is. Live under the The brigands who live on the mountains of Yon are at odds with the Kords who live on the slopes and peaks. Each group believes that the other is in league with Endla Moongrave, not realizing the hag is a menace to both. Yeah. In the Fae Rescue sidebar? Where is that? Hello, how are you? I mean, I could just search. I don't know why I'm not searching. Later in this chapter. Fae Rescue. Oh, Fae to the rescue. If the characters help the Kords and the Briganox settle the differences earlier in the chapter, they offer the character to help the characters in turn. 12 Briganox hanging from the beards of 3 Kords arrive on the outskirts of Motherhorn. Okay. All right. Okay. So we can use them as a Deus Ex Machina. That's neat. That is neat. Let's work on these items real fast because I want to. So we'll create an image record for this. Wish stone. While carrying this stone, you can cast any... Yeah, let's just add that text right onto here. While carrying this magic, you can cast any or lower requiring no once you do so, crumbles into dust and is destroyed. Do I have a tutorial on how to set up Fantasy Grounds Unity? I do not. Do we have a tutorial? Absolutely. Let me finish typing this out. Unless Paulette's around to provide links. And then we'll add this picture to it as well. There we go. Good wish stone. Yes, give me 1 second and I will grab you a link that should have all the information that you might need. There we go. Thank you for dropping it in that form. I'm going to drop a more specific one that is specifically to the wiki page's quick start guide. And if you scroll down there, just a little bit down that page, there's a collection of video tutorials that are... What light keeps like turning off behind me? Anyway, there's a collection of video tutorials that you can grab by Stohove, who we've been doing a lot of very nice tutorial videos. They are quick start guides specifically for D&D 5th edition. But in my opinion, with Fantasy Grounds, once you learn how to use the program with one rule set, it's really easy to figure out any other rule set. All right, and let's update this evil wish stone as well. All right, we'll give that a... Hello, how are you doing? How are you doing? But if you do have any specific questions, we've got a number of people here in chat right now, myself included, if I know the answers, to help you out. So if you have any specific questions, feel free to drop them in and ask. All right, let's actually... I don't want the whole thing. I actually just want that bit. But it's not second level, it's first level. Not firtened. First. And we'll drop in the image. There we go. Good and evil wish stones, and just to double check. Yep. And then some regular gemstones that we don't really care about. We don't need to update those. All right, are we going to want to use any of these other... Vial of mummy dust? What is that? If this vial is shattered, it releases a cloud of mummy dust. Oh, we're not giving the players that. That'll be a no from me. Oh, I grabbed the one with the grid. I don't want the one with the grid. I specifically don't want the one with the grid because we're going to add our own grid. I do probably want to check. All right. Because I don't think they provided the grid dimensions. It's always helpful when you get these, like... You know, these third-party stuff. It's always helpful when they provide grid dimensions. But I don't think they did, so we'll just wing it. Luckily, the bridge is pretty straight, so it's pretty easy to just set the grid for the bridge and call it good. And then we'll also drop the opacity way down. I don't like... Maybe it's just me, but I don't like it when the... You know, the grid is that obnoxious. Let's full screen this map. Just make it just like barely visible. There we go. That's kind of nice. Let's come over here and we'll quickly draw out some line of sight. I'll need to check the description of the cavern to see if there is any... Oh, no. Dang it. Well, that was my fault. If you hold shift while doing line of sight, it snaps it to a straight line, straight or diagonal line. And then we'll just, there we go. Connect those. You love your mummy? We had a while ago in one of my games, we had a group of players almost die to some mummies. So I don't really think mummy dust is an appropriate reward to give level 4 players. All I can think of when I say mummy dust is a song by Ghost. There we go. Got half the wall done. I might... What is it? Because there's a pit. I might try to make this a pit. That way, if the players do fall in, they disappear. That might be kind of fun. Whoa. But yeah, it's it's been a minute since I've talked to any of you. Anybody got any fun games coming up? Anything you're excited to be playing? I'm just going to do this one all the way zoomed in. It might take a little longer, but it'll be just a little bit more accurate. Once again, hold a shift to straight line. We're going to actually stop that one there so that I can zoom way in and make sure it gets snapped. There we go. We got some line of sight. Just to check. I'll just drop a light in there. Perfect. Very, very sighty and liney. Well, actually, let's still enable lighting because I might do some lighting. I need to stop closing stuff because I'm gonna need this. In fact, is there not a? There's got to be a there it is. Locations. In yawn, and let's just drop the Brigandot Cave right there because that's what we're working on. We're doing a shout out to MCDM. I do love MCDM. They've got great stuff. Matt Colville's a great person. And if he ever wants to come back on my show, please, that was a joy talking with him. All right, does it describe the cave? All right. All right, it does not give me a description of what the cave is like. So I think we're going to make it up a little bit. First thing I will do is I'm going to, like I mentioned, add a pit. Because I know the rules say, like, you can't fall in. I think I'm going to make one of the players fall in because I think that's funny. Am I a jerk for doing that? Yes. But once again, I think it's funny. And they might not, you know, maybe they'll succeed all their checks, but it would be really funny to have one of them fall in, and then because it's the Feywild, they're not gonna die from fall damage. This is the Feywild. Weird stuff just happened. Something weird will happen to them. Oh, I drew a Shadowcaster, not a pit. Dang it. There we go. Let's just do that again. I think I can do it better anyway. I'm glad we have Shadowcasters. They're neat. But the amount of times I accidentally click on Shadowcaster is not okay. One size smaller for a period of time. See, yes, yes, something like that. Thank you. That's a great idea. There we go. And now, in theory, let me just double check, but in theory, I think... There we go. I think that it's not exactly that. I think that you can. I am not the best at doing the line work, so I often, if I make a mistake, I will just start over. But I think... I thought you could do a copy, and maybe it's that. Oh no, let's duplicate paint layers. Never mind, maybe you can't. Never mind. I was wrong. I don't think you can. That is a feature I'm going to bring up in a request now. Because that would be so useful. I don't remember. I know that a little bit ago we did have one of our devs specifically working on line of sight stuff. I don't actually remember who that was, but that would be a great addition. There we go. I don't know the difference between an open and closed pit. I should learn the difference between these things. But it's good enough. And now I think it's going to be really dark in here, right? Yeah. So let's do something kind of fun. Are those actually flickering? They sure don't look like they are. Okay, they are. It's just hard to tell. So there's some torches on this end of the map. And we'll come over here. They do flicker faintly. It's actually just hard to tell when you're not in player view. It's much easier to... It's much easier to tell that they're flickering here. Let's set it to 25 like you suggested. Yeah. There we go. So now the players will be able to see across the map to the other side of the bridge. I might actually, you know what? Let's grab these. Whoop, not all of them. Put those back. Let's actually pull these back a little bit so they can see less of the bridge. And then the next thing we're going to do, because if you look at the map, there's all this like gemstone stuff down there. I should have put the pit on its own level so that I could just hide it when I didn't want it, but whatever. Let's grab some candles with lots of flicker. And what color is that? It's like a purple color. That might be too dark. Let's find out. Yeah. 25? $50. That way we get some kind of interesting color there. Since there's like gemstones down at the bottom of this pit, I might even, just to make it maybe a little cooler, we'll do another one. We'll make this one like pink. Oh, whoops. Duh. 50. That's too much. 25. There we go. I think that actually looks pretty cool. So now when they're crossing the bridge, except for the ones that have dark vision, because dark vision just ruins. Who has dark vision? Which one? Torville probably has it. Yeah. Yeah. I do dislike that. Dark vision ruins. All the hard work you do setting up lighting and stuff like that, but oh well. What are you gonna do? I guess I could turn off his dark vision. I'm sure he'd love that. All right, was there anything else? Yeah, you know what? Let's, while we're here, just to make it kind of weird. Let's add some warble down there. There we go. Now we've got some. It's really hard to see on stream, I know. But now we've got some, it almost looks like flickering lights. Canadian Mannix, thank you for the follow. How are you doing? Whoa, that's weird. Because the water effect is above the lighting and the shadows, it makes the shadows ripple. That's, I'm gonna leave it because that's like creepy looking, but I wasn't expecting that. I should have been because I know that it affects everything below it, but what are you gonna do? Let's throw in one more effect too. We'll throw in a just a clouds. Maybe just cloud shadows. Can we even see that? Is the map too dark to even notice? There we go. I like the cloud shadows since they're just black, it really adds like just this creepiness to a map. There we go. And I think that map is done. So let's just come down here and drop it into the spot in its story entry. Let's call it map. We'll bold it because why not? There we go. That's a neat little map now. Perfect. You know, I've got Does Sirenscape allow you to add a Doppler effect? Ooh. I don't think so. I'm going through and looking right now. Element. You can add reverbs, but I don't think that you can do a full... You can add reverbs and fake distance. I don't think that you can do necessarily the Doppler effect. For those who don't know, the Doppler effect is it's the name for the sound of when a car passes you by. How it starts out quiet, gets real loud, and then continues off the other direction and gets quiet again. Yeah, we can do reverbs. And a distance, but not really. Yeah, so there actually is, and I'm going to pull it up just so that I can actually hear what it sounds like. Let's actually get the map back up. Let's see how well it fits. That's a good call. There actually is, so the nice thing about Sirenscape and why I like using it is for official D&D adventures and Pathfinder adventures, they have a lot of these sounds pre-built. I'm currently listening to Explore the Mine, which is the soundscape for the Briganock Mine. But here is the Chasm. Can you set the map to cue the soundtrack for it? Not really. Not really. I could do... we're currently using, just so everyone knows, I'll go grab it on the Forge. And drop a link. Maybe a pin. Yeah, I think you can do that. Here we go. Here it is. I'll drop a link for you. For everybody, this is the Forge extension that currently allows you to use Sirenscape through Fantasy Grounds. It's got a lot of great features. We've talked about it before. It's really great. I know that we've teased and shown off official integration that is coming in the future, but is not here yet. And I think that I could come down here. This does not have Wild Beyond the Witchlight updated into it. I might need to update mine. Mine might be... Yeah, mine might be a little behind, so we'll worry about that later. Let's try with something. Let's just try with something else. Just see if you can just do that. Oh, maybe it's in here. Maybe that's why. Oh. Yeah, it's probably in here. Still not. Mood. Yeah, let's grab a mood from Descent into Avernus. Grab Hellscape. All right, so we just dragged, and if you notice, I grabbed the, actually, let's delete that. I don't want that one. I definitely want the one with music. So the one thing that I do know with the Sirenscape plugin is you don't want to grab the dragon. You don't want to grab the actual thing because that will just open up this window. But if you grab the play button, I'm pretty sure if I click on this now, it will change it. And just like I expected it did. Let me pull this up. It's now playing Descent into Avernus. Let's come back. The only reason why this is just for me personally, this is how I run games. I actually only use the Sirenscape integration stuff. I use it exclusively for the chat triggers. That's the only reason why I actually use it. All of the background stuff, I will just queue up myself. And just be like, oh, I need rock song. Whatever that is. You know, I'm not disappointed by clicking on rock song. It's about what I would have expected from something named rock. But that's just me. But yes, we just established that you can drop them onto the map and queue them up that way. For me to share sounds. Yes and no. So I prefer using the downloaded version of Sirenscape online. But now with Sirenscape's online stuff, they don't have to download anything. You can grab them a link and share it, and it opens up. It opens up in a browser, and we'll play all this stuff that way. I'm trying to remember how to grab that link. Share audio. There it is. Hold on. Copied. All right. So you can share a link like this, right? Yep. You can share a link like that. If any of you click on it, you will be hearing my Sirenscape sounds that I'm playing right now. In your browser, it will open up a like a Chrome or a whatever, Firefox, whatever browser you use. It will open that up. I can just see that somebody just opened it, so I will click on a sound effect right now. No need to download and install Sirenscape. And then just to prove it, we'll open up a Gorno, I think. That'll be fun. And actually that won't be fun. We'll open up Torville. And let's fire a crossbow. And roll damage. Correct. Correct. It does not go through Fantasy Grounds. It is handled by Sirenscape. Unlike like you mentioned, the ping or the dice sound, that comes through Fantasy Grounds. All of these other sounds come through Sirenscape's app or their browser. They've done actually like just an amazing job of setting up such an easy to use way to share audio. I know that before Sirenscape Online launched, way back when I was using Fantasy Grounds Classic, to get Sirenscape sounds, I was piping it through Discord, and it did not sound nearly as good. Discord does a lot of weird stuff to the audio that comes in, even if you turn off all of their stuff. Discord actually does not handle music or sound effects very well. It handles voice amazingly, but not anything else. But we got all that set up. I think the only other thing that I don't know if I need to do this right now, because I don't know if we're gonna do that yet. I think we're at basically all the time I've got. Yeah, I think we're basically right here at the end. So that means we're going to go raid somebody over on Twitch. So if you're not watching on Twitch and you have a Twitch account, come hop over and join us for this raid. But we got prepared for next Friday. So make sure that you're coming back on Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for Fabled Dice, which is my actual play show, 5th edition actual play show. We're doing Wild Beyond the Witchlight. And you can come see this fun map shenanigans that we're going to do. I'm going to push a player off the cliff with a fireball. That's my goal for the night. You can also come back on Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time for Fantasy Grounds Fridays, my talk interview show. I'm not 100% sure of the guest, but I think I might know who it is. And then beyond that, also we got Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I got to convert these times because I'm not in Eastern Time. 7 p.m. Eastern Time, you can come back for Spelljammer, of which I am a player in, and it's a lot of fun. Beyond that, Josh's map and image creation stream is on Saturday as well. If you like map stuff and you like watching people build maps from nothing, come and watch that. It's at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturdays. He is a wizard with maps. I don't know if I've ever met somebody as talented at creating maps as he is. So let's go find a raid if possible. It's kind of a weird time, so there's not always somebody around, so we're gonna have to look around for a bit. Let's go check Dungeons and Dragons category. That's usually a good place to start. See if anybody's got anyone's using Fantasy Grounds. That looks like Fantasy Grounds, but that looks like it's also not English speaking. We might go there anyway, just because they're probably the only ones on. Are they? This group is playing Dungeons and Dragons in Minecraft, so I'm gonna give them huge credit for that. That's silly. All right, I'm gonna keep going. Let's see if we've got any Fantasy Grounds people. That looks like Fantasy Grounds. Why does my light in the background keep shifting like that? That's weird. But it's Italian. Might still go there. Keep scrolling just to be extra special safe. And here's a Rime of the Frost Maiden game. Let's see what they're like. See what they're like. We might go there. Stream every other Sunday. Oh, nice. Yeah, I think we're gonna go over here to, what is it? RPG. I don't know if I can pronounce this. RPG Nerdverse. RPG Nerdverse. There we go. It took me a second. We're gonna go over to RPG Nerdverse. And we'll go say hi to them. Can you demonstrate how to put a web link in the bottom spaces? Not right this second. But I will keep that in mind for the future. I don't know if you can directly put a web link down there. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with using web links through Fantasy Grounds. So I'm going to say no, I can't, but I will see if I can figure that out and bring it to you next week, because we'll be back at the same time. Well, a little earlier. Next week. All right. Let's go!